Hello and welcome to Life Lessons with Sheila. Hi, I'm Sheila, and I'm the creator behind the content here at Life Lessons with Sheila. Through the years, I've taken you along with me to work, from teaching into an office position. I let you in on my daily adventures of balancing my home with a career. I even let you get a tiny glimpse of my personal private life with my husband, when he was still alive, and the kids every now and then. Lately, I've been sharing more of my faith and what makes me, well, me. I am different from the majority of people you will meet here on YouTube, and I'm finally able to embrace that truth completely. I like to share my writing journey with y'all, and I even find time to play and share The Sims 4, which currently I am involved in an alphabet build challenge. Those videos I share specifically on Saturdays. So you will get a hodgepodge of things if you subscribe to my channel. If you would like to be notified anytime I upload a video, which is daily, go live, which is currently, or at least on Fridays. Sometimes a few pop-ups during the week. I share a short or lend encouragement on my community tab, which can all be found daily between the hours of 5 a.m. through 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Can I ask one favor? If you find any value in today's video, do you mind sharing with a friend? Thanks. I appreciate you. Let's get on with this video, shall we? No longer do I call you servants, for the servant does not know what his master is doing. But I have called you friends, for all that I have heard from my Father and have made known to you. That's in John 15:15. That was said by Jesus himself. Oh, my friends, I love it when the pieces of the puzzle come together for a video such as this one. It all started in my brain with a post I shared here on my community tab the other day. It was a quote that I shared. Life is not about the quantity of friends you have, but the quality of friends. I believe in that statement, and that's why I shared it. I don't just post things nilly-willy on my community tab. Every post, every video, every short is well thought out and placed on purpose with pure intentions. I've said if it just reaches out and touches one person and encourages them, I have done my job to fulfill this calling that God has put on my life. I did get one response to that post, and it simply said, "It's not even about that, it's about your relationship with God," which is a great point, and I responded with, "I agree with you, as God always is my top priority. I was just talking about my friends." And here we are, another great topic to discuss as we unite to make 2024 the best year of our lives. Friends, even Jesus had them, and they were important to him. So important that he told them things about God that we, even as God's children, may never be able to understand and comprehend. Kind of like when my kids share memories and thoughts about my husband and I, and the relationship that we had with one another, with their friends. Friends who have never seen what true love looked like between a husband and wife. It was close. We were that annoying couple that was lovey-dovey even after we argued. We were not perfect, but we had this secret language between our souls that was never spoken, just understood. It was a gift of love that could only be expressed through our understanding of God and his idea of marriage. That is what Jesus shared with his friends, the intimate secret of love from the Father. He had 12 friends that he surrounded himself with often. They were his circle of friends. They were Simon Peter, James the son of Zebedee, John the brother of James, Andrew, Philip, Bartholomew, which was also known as Nathaniel, Matthew, who was also known as Levi, Thomas, James the son of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, which was also known as Lebbaeus, Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot. Notice that Judas was at the bottom of that list, not just by accident either. Among the 12, Peter, James, and John were often highlighted as being part of Jesus' inner circle, his closest friends, witnessing events such as the Transfiguration and the raising of Jairus' daughter from the dead. Peter is particularly notable for his leadership role among the disciples. While these disciples were considered Jesus' closest friends during his earthly ministry, it is also worth noting the close relationship Jesus had with individuals like Mary, Martha, and Lazarus, as well as a few others, followers who supported and accompanied him during his travels. We all have friends, and we all have an inner circle of friends, and we all have associates, people we associate with. We might talk to here and there. They don't know us personally, and they don't know us intimately. There's a difference between knowing someone personally, and knowing someone intimately. Peter, James, and John knew Jesus intimately. The other 8 knew him. They knew him closely, but they didn't know him intimately. They knew him personally. And Mary, Martha, and Lazarus knew of him. I mentioned Judas was last on that list for a reason. He was the only one on record of betraying Jesus, with a slight indiscretion by Peter, which I'll get to in a second. Jesus knew that Judas Iscariot would betray him. The Gospel, specifically in the Gospel of John, mentioned that Jesus foretold his betrayal during the Last Supper, which was a significant event before his crucifixion. In the Gospel of John, Jesus identifies Judas as a betrayer during the meal, and he even indicates it by sharing a piece of bread with Judas. The relevant passage is found in John 13:21-30. When Jesus had thus spoken, he was troubled in spirit and testified, "Truly, truly, I say to you, one of you will betray me." The disciples looked at one another, uncertain of who he spoke of. One of the disciples whom Jesus loved was lying close to the breast of Jesus. So Simon Peter beckoned to him and said, "Tell us who it is of whom he speaks." So lying thus close to the breast of Jesus, he said to him, "Lord, who is it?" Jesus answered, "It is he to whom I shall give this morsel when I have dipped it." So when he dipped the morsel, he gave it to Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot. This indicates that Jesus was aware of Judas's impending betrayal, and he revealed it to his disciples during the Last Supper. The betrayal eventually led to Jesus' arrest and subsequent crucifixion. Let's talk more about Jesus' inner circle, shall we? Peter, Paul, and John are considered close to Jesus for different reasons, and their relationships with him are depicted in the New Testament of the Bible. First was Peter, also known as Simon Peter. Peter was one of the 12 disciples and is often portrayed as a leader among them. He was present at many significant events in Jesus' ministry, such as the transfiguration and the raising of Jairus' daughter. Peter had a strong, impulsive personality. He was one who famously declared Jesus as the Messiah. That was in Matthew 16:16. And Jesus referred to him as the rock on which he would build his church. It's found in Matthew 16:18. Despite his impulsive nature, Peter was also the disciple who denied knowing Jesus 3 times during the events leading up to the crucifixion. However, he later experienced reconciliation with Jesus and played a crucial role in the early Christian community. Keep a note on that one. Paul was not one of the original 12 disciples, but became a significant figure in early Christianity. Before his conversion, Paul persecuted Christians, but he underwent a dramatic change after encountering Jesus on the road to Damascus. That was in Acts 9. Paul's close relationship with Jesus is based on his profound spiritual experience and his subsequent dedication to spreading the teachings of Christ. He became a prominent apostle and missionary, playing a crucial role in the expansion of Christianity beyond its Jewish roots. And third is John. John was one of the 12 disciples and is often referred to as a disciple whom Jesus loved. He was present at key moments in Jesus' life, such as the Last Supper and the crucifixion. John is credited with writing the Gospel of John, which emphasizes the divinity of Jesus. He also wrote letters of 1 John, 2 John, and 3 John, as well as the book of Revelation. John's closeness to Jesus is often portrayed as a deep and intimate relationship. He leaned on Jesus' chest during the Last Supper, John 13:23, and was entrusted with caring for Jesus' mother, Mary, at the foot of the cross. That's in John 19:26 through 27. Peter, Paul, and John had distinct roles and experiences that contributed to their close relationship with Jesus. Peter was a prominent disciple and leader. Paul underwent a profound conversion and became a key figure in spreading Christianity. And John is portrayed as having an intimate connection with Jesus. As you see, even Paul, one of Jesus' closest friends, thought he didn't start out that way. And John couldn't be called Jesus' best friend. Could be called Jesus' best friend of them all. Imagine having someone like Judas in your inner circle of friends. Someone that would trade you in for a few pieces of silver, or heck, in today's economy, maybe turn you over for fame, money, or notoriety. Ouch, right? Imagine the betrayal knowing that someone you cared for and trusted would turn on you for a mere few bucks, or someone that you considered in your inner circle to deny even knowing you not once, not twice, but 3 times in one day. That would be an even bigger punch in the gut. But Jesus did not retaliate. He didn't stand and call them out publicly for their choices. He took it in stride. Why? As our living example. Everything Jesus did in his life was God himself walking on this earth, to live and experience it all so that we would have a living example of how to react, how to act, and how to move forward in our lives when we discover these truths. If Jesus performed miracles, it was to show us that we too have the power within ourselves to perform miracles. We are living examples of Christ to show the world love and God's goodness. To be an example of transformation, joy, friendships, peace, and even health. Some say we are born to die, but I have learned that we die to be born. In other words, we have to die to our own fleshly desires and walk in the purity of Christ. Let's take a look at this theory in scriptures. We must die to ourselves, and our own fleshly desires comes from Romans 6:6, where it says, "For we know that our old self was crucified with him, so that our body ruled by sin might be done away with, that we should no longer be slaves to sin." Then comes the rebirth. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away, behold, and the new has come. That's in 2 Corinthians 5:17. Then, of course, once you realize you're a new creation, you are free to discover your calling on this earth from God himself. Jesus answered to them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God." It's found in John 3:3. So if we are to live as Jesus lived, we too would find comfort, fun, and delight with our friends. If Jesus, the Son of God, could find the need for friends in his life, then surely we need them too. Just be careful and know who belongs in your inner circle. You may have a Judas who will betray you altogether, or even someone in your inner circle who may deny knowing you 3 times, but they are in your life for a reason. I love this old quote. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. That was said by Brian A. Drew Chalker. Friendship comes in many forms. While some come and go quickly from your life, others stick around until you grow old. The main idea behind the phrase reason, season, and lifetime is that all relationships, regardless of their length, have some purpose. They might bring you. If they're in your life for a reason, this is when a short-lived relationship brings you a benefit or helps you with a realization. It helps you with the specific difficulty you're facing, either intentionally or unintentionally. If they're in your life for a season, this is when a relationship accompanies you through a certain period of your life. It lasts for some time and brings you joy and growth. You might learn a lot from the relationship, but it eventually ends. And if they're in your life for a lifetime, this is when a relationship lasts a lifetime. Even if they don't last for too long, many forms of human connection can boost your mental health and well-being. Here's the benefits of all the different relationship types. A benefit of a reason relationship. Its short-lived relationships can still be beneficial. Even a short interaction with a stranger can impact your life in meaningful ways. Here are some examples of a reason relationship. A stranger you met in the park told you about their recent trip overseas. This conversation inspired you to look into moving abroad, and now you live in a different country thanks to them. In grade school, a substitute teacher taught you for a day. He complimented you on your art and encouraged you to keep drawing. You eventually went on to become a designer. You dated someone for 3 months. It eventually became toxic and you ended it. Although it hurt, the relationship taught you to stand up for yourself. Maybe you had a friend with benefits for a few weeks before it ended. You don't talk anymore, but they helped you feel more confident about your body. Here's some benefits of a season relationship. A season relationship lasts longer, but it eventually ends, whether amicably or not so amicably. Here are some examples of a season relationship. A friend you made in college helped you come out of your shell and adjust to living away from home. Although you no longer are in contact, they have made a positive impact on your self-confidence. You were married for several years before divorcing. Although you and your ex outgrew one another, you also positively influenced each other's lives. Maybe your first boss taught you a lot about your trade. Although you now work elsewhere, their lessons set foundation for the career you have today. When grieving a friendship, especially when you expected it to last forever, you might find it comforting to think about these positive aspects. And here are the benefits of a lifetime relationship. A long-term relationship, one that lasts a lifetime, can bring you joy, aid your growth, and teach you more about yourself and the world around you. Whether the relationship is with a family member, a childhood friend, or a friend you've made as an adult, lifetime friends see you go through different stages of your life and support you through it all, and vice versa. There are many benefits of friendships. Positive, healthy friendships can help you feel less stressed and lonely, and they can be a source of personal growth. However, it's important to be willing to let go of toxic friendships, even if you thought they would be a lifetime friend. Now the quote from Brian A. Drew Talker. A reason, a season, and a lifetime. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. When you figure out which one it is, you will know what to do for each person. When someone comes in your life for a reason, it is usually to meet a need you have expressed. They have come to assist you through the difficulty, to provide you with guidance and support, to aid you physically, emotionally, or spiritually. They may seem like a godsend, and they are. They are there for a reason, and you need them to be. Then, without any wrongdoing on your part, or at an inconvenient time, this person will say or do something to bring the relationship to an end. Sometimes they die. Sometimes they walk away. Sometimes they act up and force you to take a stand. What we must realize is that our need has been met, our desire fulfilled. Their work is done. The prayer you send up has been answered, and now it's time to move on. When people come into your life for a season, it is because your turn has come to share, grow, or learn. They bring you an experience of peace or make you laugh. They may teach you something you have never done. They usually give you an unbelievable amount of joy. Believe it, it is real, but only lasts for a season. A lifetime relationship teaches you lifetime lessons, things you must build upon in order to have a solid emotional foundation. Your job is to accept the lesson, love the person, and put what you have learned to use in all other relationships and areas of your life. It is said that love is blind, but friendship is clairvoyant. That is very profound to me. We all have people who have been in our life for a reason, for a season, and for a lifetime. I am very thankful for those who have come into my life for a reason, that have molded me into who I am today, who have given me a backbone to stand strong in my faith, who have accepted me for that time in our lives together. I appreciate those who have been in my life for a season, who maybe come and gone, who have moved on, or I have moved on from. And of course, I'm very thankful for my lifetime friends that I have been friends with from elementary and junior high. I still talk to many of them, and I appreciate every single one of them. They have impacted my life and still impact it today. And that, my friends, is why your inner circle matters in your life. It does. Who you pull into your inner circle says more about your character than theirs. You know that old saying, you are who you hang out with. And to some extent we are. We do become who we hang out with. We take on each other's character traits. Maybe we're complete opposites in our lives, but there's something that brought us together, whether it be for a season, for a reason, or for a lifetime. Whatever it is, I hope that you find peace and that you grow from that friendship and that relationship, and that you take and evaluate some time this rest of this week. Evaluate your inner circle. Do you even know who is in your inner circle? If you do, I challenge you to reach out to them and let them know that you're there and that you care and that they mean everything to you. I can guarantee you Jesus let Peter and John and Paul know that they were his closest friends. They knew they were his closest friends. They had to have known. Jesus was, I don't want to say he was wordy, but he spoke his feelings. He spoke his emotions. He was sensitive to other people and knew what they needed. He met their need where they were. He still meets your need where you are. It is my goal and my desire to share Jesus with you through the things I share and say. And I hope that I do it justice. I hope that I've encouraged you to reach out to those friends that are in your inner circle. Make that connection with them and take a step back and evaluate who needs to be in the inner circle and who does not. Who is going to bring the best out in you? That is who belongs in your inner circle. The person who's going to bring out the best in you, and you bring out the best in them. Together, you're an unstoppable force. People who get on your nerves that you tolerate, the people you tolerate should not be in your inner circle. Tolerance comes easy. Tolerance comes from time and energy. Of course, you tolerate your inner circle, but I hope that you do more than tolerate them. I hope that your tolerance level is not tested only on your inner circle, but that your tolerance level is tested on those in your outer circle as well. Even those acquaintances. Those are the people I think that we tolerate, are our acquaintances, people that we might know from somebody. We might say hey to online. Hey, how are you? You don't know them personally. The people you intimately know and stand beside and stand behind and stand with and are willing to put hands together, to come together for a good purpose. That is your inner circle. Go embrace them today. Let them know you care. Let them know that they are a major part of your life and who you are today. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope that you find time today to do exactly as I suggested. Reach out to your inner circle. Let them know that you care. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.